My name is Christina. I've been a nurse for 5 years. I've been in critical care the whole time. That's my specialty. And I just started getting into organ donation. I was born and raised here in sunny South Florida. Typical day in the life in my specialty, a lot of reward, a lot of tears, a lot of life, and a lot of loss. Some days are great, some days are not great. All you can do is be gentle to the family of patients and give grace. What inspired me to go into nursing was my grandfather. He ended up in the ICU, and those nurses that were taking care of him were so awesome. They were amazing. And I was like, cool, I get to play with technology and fix people, and they have the coolest job. So that really wanted me to go into nursing besides helping people. And then I saw the other end of it where he had bad nurses. And I was like, I don't want to be like that. So I feel like it's my good karma to do the best job I can for people and take the best care I can, because one day it'll come around. Making it through COVID in the ICU, that was a really hard time. You had to grow up really fast as a nurse, and you had to really learn how to compartmentalize. It was really hard watching patients walk in to the ICU into their bed, getting to know them, watching them get intubated, and then within a few weeks, you're just pumping on their chest, knowing that that was it. Being able to make it through that, if I can survive that, I can survive anything. Expectations. It's a lot that is put on the nurse. In most hospitals, the nurse does everything, and I think it's very underrated. The most common misconception, I believe, is that doctors know my patient better than I do. To my younger self, advice-wise, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be the best thing you've ever done. That is the hardest thing that you've ever done. I wouldn't have changed anything in the way that everything in my life has turned out. Everything happens for a reason. And I think that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Nursing is challenging, and you really have to love it. You can't do it for the money. You can't do it for the hours. You have to love what you're doing, because it's literally life or death. Managing burnout? It's a funny question to ask a nurse when self-care is the hardest thing for us to do for ourselves. It's really just making sure you take time out for yourself, learning when to say no, and just take that me time, whether it's going for a walk or getting professional help. It's just making sure you take time out for yourself, because a lot of us are trained to take care of everybody else, and we never pour enough back into our cup. It's really just learning when to say no and take care of yourself. It's the hardest thing for a nurse. Nurses are the worst patients. Back to COVID. Her name was Maria, and Maria got COVID from her boyfriend. And this was in the beginning of the pandemic, and she was very, very a germaphobe. She was very adhering. She wore the mask. She did everything, didn't go out. David was careless, in his words. She ended up getting intubated and eventually passing away. She was with us for over a month, and I really grew close to her before she got intubated, and also speaking to the family every day. So when she passed, I spoke to him, and he said, just thank you for everything that you did. I know it's just a thank you, but when you build these relationships with these people and they know that you tried your hardest and you did everything you could, it's that, just appreciation. It's very underrated in nursing. I would tell them, I wish they could shadow. I wish that people that want to go into nursing could shadow a day in the life, because what you're taught and what you do in real life is so different. I'm very biased. I would say do it in a heartbeat and do ICU, because I'm a critical care nurse to heart. So I would tell them, try it out, go to nursing school. If you can make it out of there, I'd say go for it. I know that there's a lot of stigma behind nursing and being burnt out, not having enough nurses, staff ratios, being unsafe, nurse ratios, but I still love it through and through. If you love it, if it's a passion, go for it.